Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about the one thing I wished I focused more on when I was a lot younger. If you're going on the up and up, you're 18, 19, 20s, or in your 20s, early 30s, and you don't know what direction to go to, or you want to really take that next leap and you're not sure which step that you should do, I think, and I hope that this video will give you just a lot of value as it did me when I kind of realized how powerful and important it was. If you're excited as I am, please feel free to give us support, give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. It would honestly mean a lot. Why don't we go ahead and get into this? So when it comes to this video, I was sitting the other day and I was kind of thinking about just my path so far. And if you don't know who I am, or you just kind of came across this for the first time, my name is Preston. I'm actually started my career as a technical recruiter in the tech industry, working with venture-backed startups. Was able to, hit huge milestones on my own desk, $500,000 a year, no handouts, over $100,000 a month on my desk, no handouts. And about 7-8 years ago, I decided to kind of embark on my own freelancing, now agency journey, working for myself, and now building our 7-figure recruiting agency and kind of sharing my journey and tips and value to you all here on social, which has been very, very cool. And I really appreciate, again, all of you guys reaching out and just leaving a comment. But when it comes to just thinking about other topics that hoping that we can kind of create to further give you guys more value, I'm like, you know what? This thing could be awesome. As I really resonate with it, I vibe with it. If you follow my growth and career trajectory, I leverage it 1,000%. And if you've watched my previous videos, I talk about this all the time. So if you're wondering, what is this one secret, this one thing that I wish I did, or I wish I took more seriously in my younger years, and you're asking me, Preston, what is it? Well, this is it. It's to be able to get a sales job or to experience sales earlier and faster in my life. There are a couple reasons to this. Number one, I think the reason why I think people should experience sales is that it's one of those careers where when you think about it, you're learning a really desirable skill that you can apply everywhere. Everything that you do is sales. As soon as you open your mouth to convey a thought with the purpose of making a point to influence someone, that is sales, right? Everything that you do is sales in the workplace, outside of workplace, with your friends, with your loved ones, with your family, just sharing an idea and just trying to make your point clear to the receiving party. All of that is effective communication that goes under the sales umbrella. And when you realize this, it's like, wow, like this is the one skill other than learning English maybe that I should really focus on, especially if you have no direction in your life, right? If you want to go ahead and be a doctor, be a lawyer, be a product manager, be a software engineer, that's great. But also when you think about it, within every job, whether it's generalist or technical or non-technical, everyone uses sales, right? So if you go out there and you start developing sales, your sales skills, there's a lot of sub skills within the sales umbrella that you're going to be able to learn, hoping to develop into a strong foundation, and then ultimately with the purpose of leveraging and stepping on it to further your career or your business or whatever you choose to do, right? So with sales, you learn about communication. Communication, as we know, is absolutely everything. It's fundamental to business. It's fundamental to work, to successful or fulfilling life, to even find really good friends or a partner. Communication is everything. Did you just start your own recruitment agency and are struggling getting your own clients? Are you thinking about starting your own agency but afraid to make the jump? Do you have your own clients but you're struggling to find the perfect candidates fast? Do you have a full-time job and wanted to do recruitment part-time to make more money on the side and have no idea how to? If you answered yes to any of these questions, please consider joining our private community. It is a trust-based community where recruiters around the world can support, collaborate, and work together on placements all around the year consistently. In this community, you will directly have access to the real open jobs of my team and of our members, and you will also have the chance to access trainings, events, giveaways, and much more. If you are part of this community, I communicate and work with you as if you were on my own team, and I'll do whatever I can to do a placement together with your client or candidate. So if you're struggling to get your own clients or candidates and you want a way you can make sure you can be busy all year round by having access to many more open roles, then this is something you need to look into. This is open to people around the world and is open for recruiters in every industry and experience levels, as we will always have a good number of variety of open jobs across sectors, markets, and industries. I'm really happy to say that within the first 30 days, we have already have a new member with minimal recruiting experience do his first placement that had a total fee of almost $30,000 US, and we are working hard to do many more this year. If you are interested and excited, there are only a limited number of spots open, so make sure you sign up quick at patreon.com/recruiterpreston. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Discord. We can set up a time to chat. See you on the other side. The second thing I love about sales is you learn very quickly to kind of create something out of nothing, right? Whether you're selling household products, you're selling cars, you're selling gizmos and electronics, right? Every month, every week, every day, start from scratch. And you have to really put your all onto the field, do the best that you can, can to be able to create something, to create relationships, to create deals, and then ultimately see those deals through and placing them and making money, right? And kind of tying it back to recruiting. To be a recruiter on the agency side, we literally create something from nothing. You start, you have a business, you have a website, and then you have to kind of create some magic. You have to go find some clients, go find some cans, put it together, manage that process, do deals, make money, rinse and repeat over and over and over again. And so it's the fact that like, you know, it forces you to be scrappy, forces you to be resourceful. It forces you to kind of make the most of what you have depending on your resource and budget, and just most importantly, make it happen. It's extremely resource oriented. You learn the metrics and the ways different to measure it in your respective markets, industries, and then ultimately you have to back it up with action. There's no if, buts, and whens. There's no shortcuts, just action. And I think all of these things just honestly will teach you not only how to be an effective communicator, but also just to work really, really hard, which again, can apply to anything in life. Another aspect of sales that I really love is that it just gives you exposure. It makes you comfortable with failure and rejection, right? I think every job experiences rejection, but the scale at which you experience rejection on a sales job or a sales-oriented job, whether it's customer service, customer support, outbound sales, cold sales, any type of sales, the amount of no's that you get in a single day would just happen to a point where it just normalizes, right? You're no longer afraid of no's, you seek them, you go for it, and it doesn't faze you. And I think a lot of people that don't go through that, who then are tossed into like a sales job, you get scared by it, you get disheartened, you get depressed, you almost get turned off, and you want to give up after the first 2 no's. I think the people that go through sales and develop this good habit of communicating, working hard, and now understand that rejection and failure is just part of the game, and you just learn from it, and you're able to push through that and back it up with action, that I think are really, really important pillars that you can carry on through the rest of your life, no matter what you do, whether it's working for yourself, starting a business, or maybe perhaps having a career. Another reason why I also just really like sales in general is, speaking of businesses, it's the closest thing that you'll ever get to working for yourself, right? Sales is an entrepreneurial type of job where if you work for yourself, whether it's freelancing or then you start your own business, every business and freelancing career and a sales job almost starts the same. You start, you have no customers, you gotta find customers, right? You start, you have no leads, you gotta go find that leads, you gotta go cultivate that relationship, and nothing's handed to you. You have to just create something from nothing. And so if your ultimate goal is to go out there and work for yourself, then getting almost your toes wet with a sales job would be the perfect way for you to like really understand if that level of comfort, working with ambiguity, working in a chaotic environment or a fast-paced environment with no guaranteed results is something that you can do long-term and is something that you can thrive in, right? A lot of people have this fantasy image and belief about running a business, traveling around the world, making a lot of money, but you don't know all the stress and attacks and rejection and firefighting that happens behind the scenes. And for some people, they thrive in it. For others, it might not be for them. And if you're like, hey, maybe I kind of want to see if business is for me, maybe I can excel as a freelancer, do sales. Try it for at least 6 to 12 months. If you can find success there, I'm not saying it's going to guarantee success in business, but boy, will it help you fast track and push through all the things that are going to happen in business that you're also going to go through in a sales job. Being forced to communicate with all different types of people across seniority levels, with different perspectives, different backgrounds, being able to get deals done, being able to create relationships, hang on to relationships, fix, fire high priority situations from happening, and most importantly, just get rejection on a daily, weekly basis, just literally get hammered into you, and being okay with that. And I think if you come out and you're like, you know what, this is cool, I expect this is part of the game, I'm not getting I'm not getting too hurt or emotional about this, then perhaps, you can use that not only to find success in a sales role, but you can also leverage that to find or kickstart a business for you. Because when you start a business, it's all sales. That's all that matters in the beginning, right? You have to go out there. No one can better sell your company. No one can or should not be able to sell your company better than you, right? You have to go out there, lead by example, and go through those uncomfortable, challenging situations and discussions. And all of that, again, would be helpful for you to be able to develop those skills beforehand instead of being thrown saying, I'm going to start my business now and I need to figure all this out in addition to what, however you have to fulfill those clients if they come in, whether it's on the recruiting side or marketing agency or any other business that you have, right? When it comes to looking at my career, I think what really, really helped me is being able to understand that like sales is so important. And I find myself very grateful to have gone through a lot of different sales environments. I got sucked into the MLM world for a couple of years, but I think everything has a silver lining. Everything happens for a reason. I understood the importance of communication and not being afraid to talk in front of a room or convention hall full of people, door knocking, like all of that really normalized rejection for me. So it doesn't really faze me. But because of that experience, I now go out there and I kind of expect rejections to happen. And in fact, I actually expect it to happen. I go hunt for them. I also had a chance to work at a lot of different types of companies in more of a sales and biz dev capacity, whether it's a larger company or more of like a fast growing startup. I just realized, wow, I always kind of wanted to do marketing and product, but sales is kind of where it's at. And someone like myself, I went to grad school and I graduated. I really felt behind to my peers who were, who started internships when they were 10, 12, 13, who seemed to have gotten their life together. They are already working at high paying jobs, very fulfilled, living a wonderful life. And here I am going to school a little bit longer and not knowing what I want to do. And I realized, going back to my point about sales, but my last point is sales is one of those things where if you can do well, you can fast track your life, you can fast track your income potential faster than any other industries or jobs out there, right? There's no wonder why sales is the lowest paying job in the world, but it's also the highest paying job in the world. And I think it's very easy to go into sales. It's not easy to be a good top performing salesperson. Whatever happens, whatever income that you make, you're still learning so much, the building blocks, right? The intangibles of working at a sales job that I emphatically believe it's going to just set yourself up for further success, whether it's another job or a business or a fantastic career down the line. For me, when it comes to recruiting on the agent side, it's virtually a sales role. Understanding that people who have previous founding or previous sales experience can ramp up very, very quickly and crush it in recruiting. I think one of the biggest aspects that people are struggling in recruiting is, in addition to obviously, not knowing how to find and qualify candidates and manage the interview process, it's the sales aspect of it, right? How do you go out there and find your clients? How do you go out there and pitch clients to work with you? How do you go out there and pitch candidates to work with you that you're actually someone who knows what they're talking about, who's credible, who's verifiable? All of that is sales. Confidence, sales, posturing, sales, being able to clearly communicate, being able to have people feel at ease working with you. All of that is sales, and being able to do a lot of that before I became a recruiter, 1000% helped me find success. If you're kind of wondering, hey, what can I do now to help me be a successful business owner, a successful recruiter? Do sales. If you're not sure what you want to do, go ahead and try do sales, because I promise whether or not you want to do it long term, you will learn so much from it. It might not make sense when you're in the weeds doing it, but afterwards, if you look back in your life, look back at the experience of having a sales job, then you'll realize, wow, I'm actually more confident. I can actually communicate better. And a lot of these small, subtle improvements, you can identify it as your sales experience being the source of it all, which is like super, super cool. I think that sales will teach you how to communicate, will teach you how to be confident at the end of the day. All of that is needed to make more money, to have a successful career as a job, to make $10, $20, $30,000 in your job, to make $10, $20, $30,000 as a freelancer or even a small business owner. All of that is possible. It doesn't matter what tools you use. You have to talk to people at the end of the day, whether it's through the video, through the phone. And if you can master this one thing, I promise you things are going to feel a lot easier. Never let that take away from the fact that that's only possible because you went through that experience previously, right? You already have a higher pain threshold. You understand rejection and failure is part of the game. You are not afraid to talk to a room full of board members or CEO and founders if you have to. Sales basically is the biggest foundation for anyone who's successful. Think of someone that you idolize or you look up to on a business sense. 100% chances are they had some sort of sales experience in their life, or they started as a really strong sales role as the founder, right? And then they learned they're just really, really good at it. They became confident. They're well on the way to kind of be very, very successful. So I hope that this helps you. I hope this can kind of give you some direction. When it comes to recruiting, it is 1000% a sales role. We sell things to people, to companies every day, all day. And I think the more comfortable that you can be, the less that you can be scared of like the difficulties of working in a sales environment, the more you can excel and focus on, the activities that can really push that needle, the really important income producing activities that can help propel your recruiting career, freelancing, or business, or all of the above, if that's what you want to do. If this really resonated with you, go ahead and please let me know. If you've done sales before, or you have other aspects of why you love sales and how it can help you in business, in life, or work, please comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But other than that, I wanted to give you as much value as possible and just kind of share with you more of like a raw video format like this based on my own experience. I hope you enjoy. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Support a fellow recruiter. Give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. It would really mean a lot. Otherwise, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.